Hello, mathematicians. This is lesson 9.4, multiplying special cases. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? So, multiplying special cases, here is one, and this is the rule of the binomial. So if I have a binomial, which is, remember, it has two terms in it, and I want to square it. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to do a plus b times a plus b. I'm kind of weird and I like to write it out, and then I do my FOIL, and then I find my answer. What they're saying is you can square the a and you can square the b, but don't forget the middle part is 2 times ab. Every single time it works that way. So then with subtraction, you're going to still square your a and square your b, but then you're going to have minus 2ab. So let's try this. So here's one, squaring a binomial, x plus 7 squared. So what you're going to do is you're going to do x squared, and 7 squared, just like they did. And then this is 2ab. So it would be 2 times x times 7. So 2 times x times 7. So then you get x squared plus 14x plus 49. So let's try a together. So for a, you would get t squared plus 2ab, which would be t times 6, plus 6 squared. So then you'd get t squared plus 12t, because this is 2 times 6. These are all multiplied by each other, plus 36. So try B and C. So 5y plus 1 squared. So you're going to do 5y, and you're going to square that. Now, when it's 5y squared, you have to square the 5 and the y. So, and then I'm going to have 2 times 5y times 1 plus 1 squared. So when I write my final answer, I'm going to write 25y squared, because I have to square both things. And then I'm going to have 10y, and then I'm going to have 1. So 25y squared plus 10y plus 1. And then C, I have 7m squared. Now this is minus 2a is 7m, b is 2p, and then minus 2p squared. So I have, oh, this is plus, sorry, plus 2p squared. So my answer would be 49 m squared minus, now this is 2 times 7 times 2, so that's 14 times 2, which is 28. So minus 28 mp, and then plus 4p squared. So there's my answer. So when you play a game with 2 number cubes, so 2 dice, you can find probabilities by squaring a binomial. Let A represent rolling a 1 or 2, and B represent rolling a 3, 4, 5, or 6. The probability of A is 1/3, and the probability of B is 2/3. So what they did is they said, okay, the probability first, I want a 1 over 2. So that would be 2 out of 6, which is 1/3. Okay, and that's the probability of A. And they put it as A because that could be your X or your Y or your M or your P. And then the probability of getting a 3, 4, 5, or 6 is 4 out of 6, which is 2/3, and that's times B. And then you square it, because it would be the probability of getting that, and then there's 2 dice, remember? There's 2 dice. So if I got it the first time, that would be my probability. And then if I got it again, I would multiply it by itself. So that's what they're saying. This is dice number 1, and this is dice number 2. So this is a crazy, like, I want to go up to some place in Vegas and I want to roll 2 dice, and one of them's going to be a 1 and one's going to be a 5. And then I want that to happen again with the second time I roll it. So the probability of that happening twice in a row, you would multiply the first instance by the second instance. So if I did this, I would have 1/3 A, and then I'm going to square that whole thing because I have A squared plus 2 times AB plus 2/3 B squared. So now, when I'm doing this, 1/3 squared would be 1/3 times 1/3, which is 1/9. I'm going to square my top number and square my bottom number, and then I get A squared. And then I'm going to add 2. Well, 1/3 A times 2/3 B is 1AB times 2 is 2AB. Oh no, I'm multiplying. Sorry, I messed up. I added those two together. So 2 times 1/3 is 2/3 A, and then you're going to times that by 2/3 B. So that's 4, and when you multiply, you just go straight across. So that's 4/9 AB. Sorry. 4/9 AB. And then 2/3 squared is going to be 4/9 B squared. Crazy. That is just craziness right there. So that is the probability. That's a lot of different crazy numbers. So, mental math. Now they're going to switch to something different, and they're going to say, okay, find 51 squared using mental math. You can't use a calculator, and they want you to do it real quick. Okay? So, what they're telling you to do is to divide 51 into a 50 and a 1 and square them separately. So then you could square this binomial. So you could do this. So they do 50 squared and 1 squared, and then they have the 2AB. Remember that? And then you can find your answer mentally. So let's try 31. So this would be 30 plus 1 squared. So then I would have 30 squared plus 2 times 30 times 1 plus 1 squared. So 30 squared, I know 3 squared is 9, and then I'm going to add on 2 zeros because it would be 30 times 30, and that would have 2 zeros in it right there. 2 times 30 is 60, and then 1 squared is 1. So my answer is 961. So let's just try C. You don't have to do all of these. Just try C for me. Okay, so you could do this a couple different ways. You could do 100 minus 2 squared, or you could do 90 plus 8 squared. Either way, you're going to get the same answer. So let's do 90 plus 8 squared, because I like addition. So then I'm going to do 90 squared plus 2 times 90 times 8 plus 8 squared. 90 squared, so 9 times 9 is 81, and I'm going to add my 2 zeros. 2 times 8, I'm going to do these first together, so that's 16 times 90. So 16 times 90, I have to do kind of long. 6 times 0, 0, 54. And then I add my 0, 1 is 0, 1 times 9 is 9. So that is 1440 plus 64. So then I get 8100 plus 1440 plus 64. And then, so then I add these together, and then I get 9,604. It probably would have been easier to do the 100 minus 2. You wouldn't have had to do so much long multiplication. So, notice that the sum of negative AB and BA is 0, leaving A squared minus B squared. This product is called the difference of squares. So, if I have two numbers, A and a B, and I add them together, and then I multiply them by a minus b, what you get is a squared minus b squared, because the middle part of the FOIL just ends up canceling each other out. So I'll show you in this problem right here. So look at A. If I were to do FOIL, I would have d squared minus 11d plus 11d minus 121. So then these end up canceling each other off. So then you're left with d squared minus 121. So when you're doing these problems, so try B and C. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do c squared and I'm going to square it. And then I'm going to minus 8 squared. So c squared squared is c to the 4th minus 64. And c, I'm going to have 9v cubed, and I'm going to square that. And then I'm going to minus w to the 4th squared. And remember, we just did this in the previous chapter where we had an exponent to an exponent. So 9 squared is 81. V to the 3rd, if I want to do that twice, that's v to the 6th. Minus w to the 4th twice would be w to the 4th times w to the 4th. So that would be w to the 8th. So 81 v to the 6th minus w to the 8th. All right, some more mental math. Express, okay, so you have 82 and 78. So those are both 2 units from 80. So what they're doing is they're saying, okay, do 80 plus 2 and 80 minus 2. And then you just have to do 80 squared and minus 2 squared, and you'll find your answer. So let's do A. So we'll do 20 minus 2 and 20 plus 2. So then I have to do 20 squared minus 2 squared. So 20 squared is 400 minus 4 is 396. So let's just try this one. Try C again. You don't have to do B and C. So this would be 60 plus 1 times 60 minus 1. So I would do 60 squared minus 1 squared. So 60 squared is 3,600 minus 1 equals 3,599. Crazy how that works. All right, that's it for your notes.